Happy, beautiful Wednesday, hump day. Hump day to you all out there. Global creators, inspirers, motivators, strength givers of the world. This is You Will Make It TV. We're back live for you guys today. Just want to give a little interaction and reaction. Interaction with our subscribers, of course, our viewers. If you've been showing this channel love, we love you, okay? And there's a million ways to say and show that, and that's why we're going to be showing it more right here on You Will Make It TV. We do advise you to subscribe today already if you haven't. Don't forget to hit that like button too, especially when we're covering topics or make points that you feel like you agree with. Feel free to leave your own opinions in the chat. We're going to be showing our gratitude a lot more, okay, to our supporters on this channel. I would like to drop a few surprise gems so y'all know that I'm serious, right? We were working on merch. I wasn't going to talk about it. There's no word about it. I just would have had the merch already available for you guys on our website. Please go back and reference the comment section of this live when I'm done, because I do have a booking link and a website now where you guys will be able to go and check out merch. Most definitely before the end of the summer, okay? I'm going to have some summer products y'all can check out. What do I mean? When I say summer products, you can use any of You Will Make It TV products, Crown Publishing products, any day, anytime, any hour. It's just that certain things you don't wear unless it's the summer. Like, we know more people enjoy hoodies in the winter and stuff like that. Beanies, I do. So we'll probably have more merch, wintertime merch available when that time comes. I'm just saying right now, that's a whole reason for you to be motivated to go ahead and subscribe to our channel. 1 second, guys. I'm going to take this call. Anyways, so I left off talking about how the attitude of gratitude is going to be amped up times 10 right here on this channel. Because see, one thing I got to give y'all props for is you have been hitting that subscribe bell. You guys have been supporting You Will Make It TV. That's why all of my merch, everybody's not going to have to pay for it. What does Arthur Speaker Tetasheri mean by that today? We will have upcoming raffles. We will have upcoming giveaways and free consultations for certain services that I don't want anybody who can benefit from it to miss out on. That's what I'm saying. That's just inviting and encouraging you to subscribe if you haven't already. Even share these videos, these segments that we do when you get some time, because the thing is, somebody else could totally benefit from a channel. I do it all the time, where I might show a channel love, like comment is a big deal because it just shows people it shows people, I don't know if people forgot that, but it shows people that you do support. I mean, because you wouldn't comment at all, I mean, you're not looking at their content. But that's what all my comments come from, a place of. If I like something, of course, they can't see who likes it. Some of the social media accounts today, it does show you the exact profile. Do y'all think that's messy? I always thought Facebook was kind of messy for that feature. They have it set up where it shows exactly who put the heart, the like, or share. It's not really messy, but it can be. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like certain apps I don't even do anymore, because it'll be like, Well, you put a heart on such and such's picture. Those hearts and likes that show people names, I'm sure, have ruined many relationships. Just because somebody wanted to put a heart on something they like, okay? Or a like sign or a laughing emoji, because they let you do that on certain social media apps too. It's all about social interaction at the end of the day. I would never get mad. I'm just saying, I know it starts drama, seeing who engages with who. So a lot of us have just learned to become more discreet. You can still support people. They don't even have to know it's you. But that's not really what we're here to talk about today. I saw in the in other news though, I saw that Trump he's pretty much, what is it? It's like he's finna possibly do a ban. Hi, my Melody. Thank you for your support. Happy summer to everybody too. Once again, congratulations. Again, we can't say it enough to all the 2025 graduates. The spring semester, because sometimes y'all get a congratulations to these graduates, but do know there's graduates that graduate all year long. Like I was totally like, I was one of those too in a recent graduate. Even if I didn't attend a graduation, I'm just saying that some schools have graduations. It depends on what type of school it is. So, you know, some of them will be having graduations this summer. That's why when I start seeing them trend the prom dresses, graduations, and everything every year, I kind of expect it all the way through at least August, literally. But some people in that winter semester, they be finishing school December, November, October. I mean, graduation is just a different period for everybody, okay? But yeah, Trump has been speaking out lately about how he doesn't believe, because I'm going to talk about my reaction and why I feel that way too. But he doesn't believe that Medicaid should cover, I guess that doesn't, he's not talking about any other insurance. Y'all got to read these articles right. And these bills when they're being passed, because sometimes you're overpaying. We got enough to panic about. You don't want to over panic because you're reading something wrong. I mean, we all could be guilty of it here and there. But he doesn't want Medicaid to be funded for transgender surgeries for minors. And then when I read that, it's like I'm so ready to get my reaction, but I got to tell y'all what's going on before you understand my reaction. So yeah, I mean, and Trump has never hid that he was against that whole campaign to begin with. Not just with minors and transgender changes. I don't think Trump was ever with that. But y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I just say that I don't remember him ever openly stating that, like, hey, I'm just all for transgender. I don't remember it. But okay, so he doesn't want Medicaid to, there's a real big possibility that this could be banned. This option, this whatever they've been doing, they were having supposedly or trying to get it to where Medicaid could cover transgender type surgeries for minors. Did y'all know that? I can see if it's like plastic surgery, because sometimes you just need it. We know there's different injuries, health problems you can have that require you to maybe have a transplant or a transfer or just a whole new organ altogether or a surgery, right? But yeah, I agree with Trump on that. That's just my stance. Like, I don't think that should be funded by anybody, whether it's Medicaid money, your money. It's just not right. I mean, it's just my opinion. Because we know at that age, you can very well grow up and say, oh my God, why did I do this while I was 15? Sit here and change my gender. They might regret that one day. That's why people are against that happening so young anyway. The reality too, still though, it's not. I'm gonna tell you what that changes and clarify it in my opinion. Just because you ban transgender surgeries for minors, it's unfortunately not gonna stop what some minors feel like their preferences are. I hope we remember that through these transitions that we see in society as we put these feet forward. You know, we got to think about why some of these changes are happening too, and how it affects us. So anyways, that's not going to change people's sexual preference, no matter what laws you put to ban what surgeries. It's not like if they want to relate, what is that, label themselves as something, they can do that. So I guess until we see that part of law change, it's really not a big deal. But I am happy to see that part is, we might even be seeing a little progress. Because for minors, that should have never even just got approved. They're not old enough to say, I want to hold. The law can say that. It can say that all day. But no, I don't think they should be letting those guys get transgender surgeries that young. So shout out to Trump for that anyway. Like, if you have power to stop something like that, clinics that are doing it, doctors that are doing it, no, that's a big, I don't know what they're going to do about it. It just shouldn't be happening. Like, they like, well, if their parents are signing the consent or the kids say they want it, these are kind of like the days we're looking at. Some of the people been saying it. And I'm not saying it from a place of malice, or, y'all know all my topics here, the intent of them is for insightfulness, inspiration, seriously. And it wasn't the new era that people first started saying that some kids look older than what they are. Let's start there. Because this is before they even added BBLs and what's the other thing? Transgender options. When it comes to the changes surgically. Literally, some people naturally form and develop and look different. There's nothing nobody can do about that. Now we're talking about naturally first. When I'm talking about it, from my opinion, nobody can control how long their hair. Well, some stuff you can control, like how long your hair is. I'm talking about like stuff like the pace that it grows, how long it grows, how thick it is. You might can control the color and how much you cut it. But something like your hair, there's not too much, you know what I'm saying? The type or the rate it grows, or what it takes to manage it. There's nothing that anybody has ever been able to do about that. So what do? Create products that might can help us with frizz. Create products that can help us with dandruff. Like that. And it's the same with the body, because I was thinking about it. We have all these products that can help with things. That's just how far technology, medicine, education has brought us. You think of any part of our bodies today, there is probably a product on the market that can help you if you're having an issue with that body part. And we mean like real medical issues, not just like, oh, my nose is too pointy or my ears are too flat. Like, those are not health issues. Okay? My toes are what they call it, flat foot. Some people get actual surgery just to get an arch in their foot. They get surgery to be taller. I'm too short. Now, if you're short to where it's actually giving you problems, literally, like it's a health issue, that's understandable. You might want to go get one of those knee transplants. I just wanted to take a second and remember how there is so many like physical products, physical therapies that are created to help people through health conditions. What did I say? Products, medicines, and therapies. And I don't, even if it's a mental health, but we're talking more tangible, like outside body parts that people swear it's a problem with. It ain't no problem with it. I mean, most people are made up of genetic features and DNA codes. Like, there's nothing they can do about how their eyes appear to people, how their ears appear to people, how their elbows look to their neighbors. That's not something they can control. Humans, no. But what do? We added products and medicine. I think that was fine. Products, medicine, and therapies for the most part before the big trending culture of BBLs. That's what people relied on if they needed a little change with their body. Skin lightening lotions, right? Or like they have so many products that help with stuff like extra dry skin, or There's even, I don't know, for those that have experience with piercings, there's care for piercings. For those that didn't know, even if it's something as simple as your earlobes being pierced, they give you a whole solution to follow up with that. You don't just get it pierced and go about your merry way. Okay, so just remember I said that, y'all. There definitely was a way that culture got by. You never could get away with that. Somebody always wanted to look perfect. Somebody always wanted to look like somebody else. That's why they should have, to me, in my opinion, never created stuff like what they call it, sex symbols, sex icons, idols. That's the that's the root of it, if you ask me. At the end of the day, because what minor, we started this topic off with the new news, like political news type of deal. Like, hey, in the near future, there could be a whole ban, a whole clarification about people that think they can take their minors and change their sex. We ain't talking about like them being born as two sexes, because some people are. And then you talk about surgeries and those type of situations. If you ask me, don't y'all know some twins are literally born conjoined? There are some real issues out here that surgery helps people through. When we talk about surgeries that are created to help you with a certain image, okay? And even with those twins that are born attached and stuff, sometimes, I don't know if y'all have ever watched documentaries about it. They're not detaching them because the twins don't like how they look or the parent don't like how they. I mean, we all know that's probably usually a big reason that they go ahead and consent for those type of surgeries. But sometimes they literally have to do it for medical reason, like the twins' heart or conjoined, or their brain or conjoined, or their spine needs to be split somewhere. You see what I'm saying? They have deeper reasons. Some kids are literally born with certain deformities or reasons that they need these surgeries. And just because a parent don't get it right then and there, don't mean it can't give that child complications later. Shout out to, that's just somebody who came to mind to me really quick with Krishan Rock, and why those of us in that group that say people should still be sensitive, that's what we're talking about. Because even if that young man does end up needing any type of physical therapies or surgeries, it's not us that's going through it with her. So people do ask that, they say that in the comments, y'all should be more sensitive, the fans, because it is her life, and we can blame her or whatever all day for how the baby is. But see, that baby is a whole new life now. Y'all like, he a baby, he can't hear what we saying, and we just the people that have our opinions. The only people who can have opinions about babies when it comes to surgically, like I said, Trump is standing in his power on that one. Like, y'all don't need to be getting surgeries on these babies unless it is health wise related. Like, I agree with that. Look more into these referrals that are being sent and given to the parent. Like, why would you even advise that? It's just something that they doing because they said that the minors should have more. There are people in this country that believe that the minors should have more preference in who they want to sleep with, and that's just crazy. We never thought that we. I mean, is that what y'all teaching them? They should have preference in what they're attracted to, because that's what you're teaching them. They should have preference already at their young age. They should have to already think about what it is they're into. Like, that's weird. Not every teen grows into that mindset. Yes, every teen or minor is going to hit the puberty stage. Uh, there. So yeah, but that's like saying everybody's symptoms of puberty is exactly the same. Every boy voice don't change and start getting deep and bass in it. Let's be honest, guys. If that don't happen to every young man, that's just common. That's a common what do you call it, side effect of puberty, but not everybody's puberty is exactly the same. It's just crazy. I'm glad to see politics stepping more into the conversation again, if we have to, because we're just talking about basic science here. You're born one or the other way, but we're talking about if you're a minor, how no. Now they're going too far. They had went too far a long time ago, putting the kids in it. I do respect America for that, in a way, because it's like, yeah, we do need to see a time that the youth have more of a voice. We didn't mean in the way of straight, what is the word I'm looking for? Like, not that way. When we say, yeah, we agree with the generation having more of a voice and being able to say what they like and don't like, we did not mean it like that. Like, oh yeah, now they should be able to go get sex changes. See, certain stuff is just obviously too far. Wasn't it a story on one of those shows already that came out about a young man that had got one of those surgical changes and he regretted it later? That's the only time people start thinking, like, oh, we didn't think about that could happen. Yeah. What if the person get 25? Like, oh my God, I done had this. See, because their mind was clearly in a different place when they were younger. That's a whole change that sometimes can't be reversed, okay? So I'm just trying to be one of the voices in the world to remind people that. Because before all these surgical changes that were so accessible and affordable to people suddenly, people just use tangible things to change their appearance. That's what I'm saying. Makeup, wigs, products. That's what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying I'm okay with it, but a product is at least something you can take off and put on at will. Hit that like button if you agree. I do not see one like yet. I know it's the lunch hour. And I know that a lot of people won't even see my live recording reaction about this topic till later, and that's okay. But I'm still encouraging you guys to remember to hit that like button. Leave your comments too. Engage back with us here at You Will Make It TV. Our topics are given lots of thought when it comes to, is it inspirational? Is it insightful? Is it something that we as a collective can get out of it? Or am I wasting my time even going live giving my opinion about it? Products like lipstick, you go put some lipstick on and take that off later. Even if you're a transgender, at least you can take it off. Lipstick, a wig, some high heels, that stuff you can take off at the end of the night. When you sit there and do a whole sex change though, you can't just always go back and reverse that. If you do, I'm sure that's not going to be cheap. Products aren't cheap either. But trust me, it's saving you way less of a penny. Why is this conversation even valid? Some of you might ask. Why is this topic important in today's society? We got people graduating right now, finna start new lives. What do y'all mean? This week, they're graduating. They graduated last week. They're graduating. As they enter into this new world full of peer pressures and influences and options that surround them, maybe this could help anybody. And they like, yep, let me think about this. She got a point. It's not about not being sure about what your preference is anymore. It's about, am I making a change in my life and that's with any choice we make. Am I making a change that I can end up regretting one day? I mean, nobody want to say it like that, but that's really what we have to ask ourselves. Even, yes, y'all know I'm slowly easing into the topic, but yes, especially with BBLs. What does this stand for? Brazilian butt lift. Okay. We could even get deeper in the topic a little bit if I had time, like, where did the custom of Brazilian butt lift come from? I don't know. Like, where did this practice even originate from? Y'all know, so the procedure looks like, in an average procedure, supposedly just taking fats from a certain other place of your body and putting those fats in another place. That's how it's supposed to be, right? But I was even researching the what they call it. It's like BBL for like petite people. For those that don't know, I'm a petite lady myself, so it did make me think like, okay, what if you don't, that person don't just have accessible fat sitting in another place of their body, right? It's a good observation here. You know, when it's a little bitty woman like myself, I don't know, I don't mind putting myself in those shoes. You can't just go get the fat from somewhere else. You'd be like, they gonna try to assess a petite woman body and be like, I don't know, if we take too much out her arms, because that person already little. So I'm telling you, they have a procedure different according to your body type when it comes to the BBL. I'll never be one to just, I couldn't wait to come out here and say that y'all shouldn't have been doing this. That's not the purpose of this topic. But because the news and stories have already been showing us really the results of that. Not just like any type of plastic surgery. Like I said, technology, medicine, and science have come a long way to even be able to make this possible. So we can't just get careless in who and how we're doing this. We going like, oh my God, medicine is so advanced. We should let the kids change their genders too. Do y'all think that's just more of money, a money thing? Because of course you would probably be getting more money if you're just letting now younger people walk into the office and get a change. They said something just as simple as a nose job could easily run you $50,000. Like Glorilla. I just want to know what parents run around here with that type of big money, like just to, and it is a question. So let me finish asking it. Even if you did have 10, 20, $30,000 to spare for your minor, you mean to tell me that's the only thing that you would think of, even if they are in the industry and a career and it's to help their image? That doesn't make sense. It's not valid enough to me as a reason that you would say, yeah, I'll take this 20,000 and invest it in my son's this or my daughter's that. When it comes to like body parts, it's just crazy. That's so Raven, for example, from my observation, what did I start off talking about? How some people back before BBL culture was all trending, some people already looked older than their age. And I'm not even just talking about one culture or category of people. Everybody forms different. Everybody develops different. Like, why don't people... Well, I think we know this, but there's no way you know this and then you forget, oh, that could be 100% dangerous to sit there and put a young minor under that type of procedure. Just make sure that it's for medical reasons, not just because somebody wants a sex change. Once again, we're talking about minors, okay? I'm starting it right here because for those that just might be coming in, or maybe you click on my video and you skip it to 20 minutes. So I'm going to jump back on what we started off talking about. Trump is probably finna put a ban on people being able to go and get sex change type surgeries for minors. I don't know. Everybody else seeing the other news. The other news, another law I might come back about with my reaction is the Golden Dome suggestion that's been going around in headline news, like how they might be trying to invest in a Golden Dome to like cover the country. That's some powerful stuff, man. I just never thought I would hear something like that, because you hear that, it takes you into further research, like, okay, I'm just saying how it sounded, like a Golden Dome. They're really trying to protect us or keep something out or keep something from getting out or going in. I don't know, but it's never been heard of before. But I'll do a separate reaction to that news. But yeah, the president said it's just time out for that, man. Like, while he's in office, there very well might be some big changes to the stipulations when it comes to who is legally allowed to go and get sex change surgeries. Because if they buckle down on that with the people, the doctors are the people too. Y'all know how we say we the people? Doctors are people, the nurses are people. The ones who are putting people under anesthesia and all of this to even give them the surgeries. You're the people too. Every conversation cannot lead back to money. Unfortunately, it does. But every conversation cannot end up leading back to money. Like reasons that we are willing to subject our, you gonna say it's wrong with anything else. I'm gonna do my Miss Shirley reaction too, cause it's like I'm thinking about all these stories circulating right now, going viral. Okay, especially after people get surgeries. So as I observe the culture and how it continues to go on or whatever, it seemed like, not everybody even come out and publicly speak. It's kind of like the LGBT community a little bit, where they was already trying to get people a little more comfortable with coming out and being open about changes like this in their lives. Just being open with at least the ones closest to them. And I don't know if that's just so the ones closest to them can be in their business or what. I would say, yeah, as far as their identity, yeah, the people closest to you need to know when you switch sex preferences. How do they know you as far as your whole identity if they don't know that? But as far as the outside world, I had noticed just like, I don't know, not everybody come out and just say, oh, I got a BBL or I got a surgery. People don't say it. You know how people learn, people get it? Because they just see the change in their body one day. Believe it or not, I think I'm a good candidate for this topic because I want to be transparent for a minute. Now, I've never personally had plastic surgery, BBL, plastic surgery in general. But I I had like, okay, when you're a woman, you might have thought about it here and there. They're gonna be like, don't just say because you're a woman. Well, I have. I thought about it. Like, would I ever lay on the table and want to get any type of augmentations done to my body? As a woman by my age, I don't know. If you're saying you haven't thought about it, you're lying. It's just been too many BBL stories out here. Things that have gone right and things that have gone wrong. Because I'm talking about a BBL. And me personally, I've never really just thought about getting a BBL. Because I've been an athlete and all type of stuff before where I know that certain muscles, once they are worked and cared for and tended to a certain way, they can be built. Well, I know this for my body. Everybody got to know their body. That's another thing with this topic. Do enough people literally know their bodies before they even go do that? I don't know. Do the doctors even care? Do they got to get on some type of diet? Make them go through a certain health whole, shouldn't you get your body together on the inside at least 5 years before you go lay on the table talking about you just want your butt done? You ain't worked on your diet, your vitamins. Are you working out? You just want your butt done. It's something to think about. Um, but knowing our bodies, because sometimes when you done sat there and invested that time to know your body, going back to the days where I thought about if I would ever get it done, just because some man or some woman said they could pay for it for me, like that's crazy, bro. You would have to already know yourself. Any of us women, think about it today. A man cross your path and say, is there any surgery you ever want done? Because I'll pay for it for you. It's different just talking about it as a scenario. If we're actually put in that position and somebody say they'll pay for this BBL for you, like literally, I should do a survey, go out in public and ask people too. Like, be honest with yourself. Would you go ahead and have something done if somebody said they'll pay for it for you? Because I asked myself already. And I would say that shouldn't be the moment that you finally think about, do I know myself? Do I know my body? Let me not say myself first. Because people swear that everybody get a BBL or don't know themselves. I would say it's more about not knowing your body before it's not about knowing yourself. If you got to come back to Instagram later or to the doctor later saying that the BBL didn't work out, you cannot, the doctor have to take some accountability somewhere, I'm sure. But you would have to, because like, did you know your body? You just expect the doctors to know your body? All the doctors know, especially if it's a brand new doctor, all they know about your body is what you sit there and disclose until they literally have medical records. I wonder, do they even check these medical records before they give people BBLs? My topics are for educational purposes too. That's why real doctors, real-time doctors, nurses, y'all are invited to comment as well under any of our posts or content, especially on these type of insightful topics. But do they check people's medical records? You check, our medical records usually have to be checked for any other surgery. Seriously. Ain't nobody finna just sit there and transplant a kidney or blood transfusion and different type of procedures without running a medical history check on you. All before, what was popular before y'all was criminal record checks and financial record checks. That's all people have always cared about. Anyways, I was just thinking out loud about that. They'll do a criminal history check in a minute, a financial history check, a rental history check. We're all experiencing this today. You can't get by. You just can't miss it. But those medical history checks, I'm finna call it before it happens. With this one, those are about to get really, really way more trending. They should be trending just as much as the BBLs then. They'll brag about like, oh, I got this new butt, but it's like, I don't know, what was your medical history before that? Because people be coming out now talking about the BBL stink. I totally wish y'all subscribe though, because you get to grow with me, and it is going to be so exciting. I loved how I was growing as a writer, but I also wanted to grow as a digital content creator. I also want to grow as a promoter, marketer. People have no idea. I'm like talents all over. But I wanted to be able to show y'all some of the clips of what people have been saying. I don't have no reason to come here and be messy. They be saying that the BBLs stink, right? So you have to go into research. That's just petty to sit there and laugh and not know any further information or educate yourself about it. I'm not just gonna see a person stink and assume anything. If they smell like fire, I'm gonna assume they've been around wood, maybe camping. Cause fire to some people, too much of a burnt smell stinks. Burnt rubber, maybe the person smell like a skunk. I know exactly probably what happened before they even tell me, or they don't owe me an explanation. But for just us to keep going out in society anyway, every day, expecting everybody to smell like roses and flowers in 2025 is crazy. Not everybody's gonna smell up to your par and appeal every day. It's not me defending the BBL women. It's like, before I get into the topic, that needed to be said. People still act like smelling a stinky person is foreign. Like, you thought you're going to go outside every day and it's not enjoyable. Like, you don't want to offer the person a shower, because a shower don't have to be at your house. And then, like they said with these Brazilian butt lifts though, whatever be going on through the healing process, That's the thing about it. Like, they can take a shower, because we're not just talking about women. Women are not the only ones to get BBLs. I think we all are on the same level when it comes to that. That's what's interesting about this. When I talked about the medical history and checking people's health and people knowing their own bodies, because yeah, that's the job of the medical team. But you knowing, maybe you already had skin issues, or maybe you already had blood issues, muscle spasms. Now, why would you run? The doctor might not know. You didn't want to bring up you was having muscle spasms. See, people don't consider their age. How old are you? You running there getting I think, didn't they say Kris Jenner is another one? She had a surgery recently. I saw her face, y'all. So I think it's true. It could have been really good makeup, or it is true. Kris Jenner because y'all know she's kind of up there in age. But she got a surgery, actually. I'm not going to say I approve of, but there's definitely a difference. Not in a bad way or nothing. People saying she looked more like her daughters than ever. Kind of like when she was young. That's what's powerful about it. Plastic surgery, like I said, is different for other people. I guess that's another category I didn't think about, but older people sometimes go in and get things augmented or fixed. That's understandable. I think Kris Jenner was still looking good if she never would have had surgery. It don't mess everybody up. Like, literally, some people look way better. We're talking about the health part, though. To them, yes, their butt looks way better. Okay? To them, their teeth look way better. But that's kind of off topic, the teeth. That's another one, though. Y'all know a lot of people been getting scammed with that, too. Those veneers. You better make sure you are with somebody licensed and know what they're doing. So I'm not going to rush anybody with getting their teeth fixed or who they going to go with, because you actually don't need to rush something like that. From what I've been seeing from viral viral TikTok stories lately. They showed a picture of this one lady teeth. And guys, I don't even know what I was looking at. It's not that, like, the teeth were good. They were straight. The problem was they weren't implanted correctly. I'm sure that story was going viral because that person, that patient is planning to do something. They already showing everybody. You can't sit there and mess up people's teeth. Get that 50,000 that day and go on your life and keep on doing other people's teeth. See, they don't be thinking about that somebody could come back and them teeth ain't right. They don't think about that. They probably just take the money up front, boom, boom, boom. But what I said what I said. I'm not finna rush nobody to get their teeth fixed. Even when everybody was talking about Krishan, I was thinking like that too. I didn't have to be a celebrity to know, like, really don't rush her. I mean, we hope she get it fixed. She had the money and everything. We hope Blueface had got it fixed, but really don't rush it, sis. Make sure you get a dentist that's I'm glad she took her time, for real. And she chose to get the kind that can come out and go in. Y'all do know at any time, if she just want to go get a permanent tooth done and just stuck up in there, she can get that done too. That's why, I don't know, some people just be way too invested in what people are doing. I would say don't take too long either. Teeth is a very important part of any of our health. But some people, they're what looks like waiting or patience or seasons of nothing is not even that. They just are making sure when they finally go with a choice. When we talk about our medical histories and choices and consents to stuff, you better make sure you working with doctors that know what they're doing, know what they're talking about. Most times with those plastic surgeries, I think they meet the doctors long before the day of the surgery. That's not what I mean. Of course you meet the doctor, but I'm saying you establish some type of relationship, kind of like women that have had babies. You just kind of know that doctor a little better by the time of the actual procedure. You know what I mean? And I think that's actually great to know, even if I was never thinking about getting surgery. When it comes to the education of what people are getting into, I would think most times, like somebody like Kris Jenner, before she even went in and had that done recently, I'm sure her and the doctor knew each other. Like they have a relationship. They've been talking about it a while. They talked about the options. They made the customer feel very comfortable about the work that they're going into. And I think that's great. Like, I'm sure you really have to trust your plastic surgeon to even. I would just want to say shout out to all those that have had plastic surgery, though. Did I mention that part? Those are some of the frontline soldiers. They gotta be. I sat there in empath energy for a second. Like, what? Those are some strong people. Any type of surgery you've had and survived, you've made it to another class of survival. What? Strength, literally. People could say how they were under anesthesia, they didn't do anything. Yeah, but not everybody make it out of any type of surgical procedure. What do y'all mean? I don't care how the doctors can plan for 20, and that's a little extreme, but yes, with like something like the first heart surgeries and stuff like that, they practiced for years before they even perform. Because surgery is like a whole performance. It's how they work with their hands. Anybody can sit there and write the recipe to a certain salad or tell you how to do this heart surgery, but it's how they work with their hands. Shout out, I don't want to leave the doctors out either. Those type of gifted people that can work with their hands in a certain level of precision is very powerful. We don't give them enough credit. Somebody's having surgery right now, I'm sure, as we speak. It's just a big part of our everyday lives now. Surgery. Anybody could wake up tomorrow. I'm not speaking that on nobody. Anytime anybody can need surgery. So I just had said shout out and flowers to those that have already overcome obstacles as such and survived them, because we know that they can be life threatening, or your health can depend on it sometimes. So you're already like, I'm saying for me personally, if I sit up and entertain a person that's telling me that they have surgery before, they don't know. I already be listening to them from like a different place, because that's how I look at that. I'm not a type of person that had to have many surgeries in life. So yeah, me personally, I've already thought about it. Like, would you want to lay down and have a BBL? What did I say? An athlete thinking about that is totally different. That's like asking Serena Williams if. Not trying to compare myself to Serena Williams, y'all. I said it's like that because I was also once an athlete. That means you have knowledge already when it comes to muscle health, muscle memory, and stamina, and breathing, and cardio. Like, I actually have that in my background, so I'm not the type of person who's just like, yeah, I'll get a butt lift. I know that there's ways to. I don't know why people don't be listening to me when I say that. When I'm talking about my health, though, but you don't want to, like, nobody should play with it, because life isn't a game. Like, oh, I'll just work my buttocks out whenever I can. You want to be doing that anyway to keep yourself. That's like the level I'm at. They be thinking just because a person is not quote unquote overweight or heavy, that's still kind of like one of those untrue stigmas, too. Just because a person is little, petite, skinny, what you think, that don't make that person in shape. What is that person's medical health standing? What is their medical history? You think because a person is skinny, they health is better than yours? Then you got the bigger people, that every bigger, heavy-set person is not unhealthy. So anyways, what did I say? I have that experience in athleticism to know that, though. Some of the biggest guys on the football field, they have to be big for their position, but they are some of the strongest or something like that. Like, just because a person big don't mean it's all fat either. You know what I mean? Like, people still have a lot of stigmas that are, and I feel like once we can get with that too, remembering that, sometimes your image is just what you let people make it be. Wasn't nothing wrong with your body. That's what I'm saying. It's just like the image of it. Not every skinny person is in shape. Do y'all know what in shape means? They don't mean their health is 100%. But you could have another woman looking at that woman body like, ugh, And really, some hating, some admiring it. What y'all mean? Just because they see a beautiful body ain't never meant 100% healthy. What is wrong with people? Beautiful body, beautiful makeup. That's what really gets me about the BBL card. Like, bro, you can invest as much money as you want to in your physical outside image, bro. That still doesn't equate to your internal health. Your internal mental health, actually, how much plastic surgery you get can show more of where your mental health standing is. Some people think you have a mental issue, you get too many surgeries. Y'all heard what they be saying about Lil' Kim, though. Shout out to Little Kim and the Biggie family for real. I'm still a fan and everything. I just, like I said, it's just kind of like hard to miss that in the culture of it all. No matter how many documentaries, times she told her story of why she feel like she went and got surgery, people still have their own opinions, and that was just an example of none of us want to be used for example for certain things, but it's an example that people will, even Michael Jackson, they just, that's their first conclusion sometimes when you have too many willing consented, not because it was for your health or something, just surgeries to change how you look. People say, oh, yep, identity crisis. That's the whole sign of it. You know what I mean? Or they'll be. So if people say this because of people going to get surgery, I just see where people are kind of, what y'all call it, biased with it. Because going to get surgery, if that shows a mental health issue, then why? Remember how I said you could just change how you look with physical products? What's that called? Pump up bra. Y'all know what that is? It's like a bra that amps just kind of sits. It's called like a lift up bra to kind of lift up your chest for you. They have like pads in them. They have them with bathing suits too. And I don't. Somebody needs to speak on it because people think they have to go get surgery just for a look. At least go get a look you can take off, put on whenever you want to. What y'all think about that? I think that's good advice to. I'm not encouraging sins or people being different, but what do y'all think acting is? When people act, they go put on a costume, they are getting in character for what they have to do. Nobody goes around and say Johnny Depp is fake because he's not a pirate every day. We know that that was a act for his work. You support it or you don't. They still see Johnny Depp and people just think pirate. But who told people that's his? I don't know. That's just how people. Sometimes you carry your work that strong too. I respect that. Shout out to you, Johnny Depp, from the You Will Make It TV today on this beautiful Wednesday. We know the Diddy case might be going on, but Johnny Depp case was a little before that, and it wasn't no whole bunch of people or nothing, but it was just sad to me how him and his somebody he was just like really with before, like a whole spouse. All when court cases happen, all this different stuff have to come out. That people might feel like tarnishes a person image or their image. And from the most part with him though, like he's just still people wish the best for him and his wife. It just shouldn't have to go that far, like trying to split up assets and money and people suing each other. I just feel like why not just break up and y'all move on? And because when you can mediate a situation by yourself, it does alleviate the courts. If you don't agree with that, it's okay, but hit that like button if you agree. It's like that's court sometimes is just for mediate. It's to help settle things that people cannot settle on their own. As a mature young lady, if I think court every day, that's what I think about. If some people want to make it impossible to just talk to a person or get their justice or somebody tell them they sorry for a crime or whatever happened, people don't do that. That's why they have to bring it in court. That's why I said it's sad when it's your husband and wife, because theirs was like a public trial type of deal. But shout out to Miss Heard and Mr. Johnny Depp. Why do I respect them? They remind us that life can happen to anybody. First of all, do y'all know how successful Johnny Depp is? And some men like this in the industry, we notice their wives have BBL, some don't. Like, I'm not saying I know for sure, but Jada Pickett, I just want to kind of pick on another one. Or Tyler is a better example. We do have petite women still in a petite is just something you can't control. You're naturally that. You're little, what did I say again a second ago? Itty bitty don't always mean more in shape or healthy than the next person. That might just be how you physically are. You can't see a big old person and like, oh, I'm not used to that, so they too big, and I'm gonna just call them too big all the time. That's crazy, cause you might see a smaller person. You might even see a midget. Midget dwarfism is a real condition. We don't see them going to get surgeries all the time. Now y'all know they do have that show that is about the midgets. I think it's absolutely wonderful that they actually show their culture. They meet up friends and they have Instagrams, they're big models and everything. They do everything we do. That's why the education of some of these conditions are needed. You know, any one of us could be in public one day, you totally see somebody with the condition of dwarfism or midget, what we've known it as. People are born like that though. It can be hereditary as well. Most times it is. I never respect people that joke about somebody's condition. If they have dwarfism, they have dwarfism. If they have gigantism, that's the opposite. That's like you are way too tall. And we are just talking about height right now. So imagine how society is with weight. So yes, I do feel like society has to take some of the blame for the BBL trending culture that has now proven to not go so well for some of the patients, because people said it starts there, like they going to any doctors. That's why. No, you need to know your own body. You didn't know that your body might reject, because what did we say, y'all? If they can't find the fat off the person, people will choose which procedure they want. They either take the fat from another area and put it in the butt and do a lift like that, or what else are they using? That's what people need to ask themselves. Artificial fat? What do they call that? I hope that's not the silicone stuff. It just sounds, I don't know. But like I said, knowing our body first. If you know your body rejects certain stuff, but you don't know your body if you don't know your body yet. Like, hey, I'm allergic to this, or this I have to use in moderation. Um, when I take this medication with that, it doesn't have a good, because everybody different. Me, I'm the type of person, I can drink a cup of coffee and literally go to sleep like I just didn't drink that cup of coffee. Everybody can't do like the same stuff. I'm not saying it's healthy, because it's like, why not grab a latte, a tea, something else? Because I asked myself, is it just because it's warm, or is it, no, it has to be the distinct taste of coffee with the right cream sugar or right creamer flavor, whatever you, and then I can go right to sleep. So everybody's systems are different. Everybody's bodies are different. That's all. I was giving an example. I drink so much. I think I just be out in public with it. That's all. So people think that's all you drink is coffee. But they don't mean like in a person's privacy. You don't see a person all the time. And if you do, you would see that ain't all they drink. I get tea. Oh, it's different flavors of teas. Probably not the homemade ones. I'm getting more into that. The homemade, just like, what are those? Ginger root teas, natural leaf teas is what I was trying to describe. I am trying to get more, maybe it's a 30s thing, into that side of drink preferences. Because, all that matter though, knowing what is your body can accept and what it can't. Because when we go back to talking about people saying them smelly, they were smelly, not the women per se, but I don't know why they be putting it like that. They just be like, the BBLs be stinking. People with them been coming out talking about it. People that have actually had the surgery, got healed, which, thank you, Miss Cardi B. She came out in defense of Glorilla recently. just, like, hey, y'all know the education of this before you talk about how somebody looks. Shout out to you, Cardi B. That's what's up. Still, too, though, because people can just say she defending it, but that what she said, it really was the educational thing. Like, it can take those certain procedures time to heal, as we know with any surgery, ladies and gentlemen. But she was saying specifically with the nose, up to 3 years. And she knows because she's had it. It has to fully shape back and heal from where it's been moved. I'm talking about the bones, the muscles, everything. Period. We can laugh at, they still can't try to, I think they be trying to do damage control for some of the celebrities though. We notice it. It's okay. Cause no matter what Cardi B come out and tell people for gorilla surgery, her fans are still have a right to have their opinions about how it looks on her. I think she was doing more damage control about what they were saying about how her nose looked. We're talking about getting the surgeries all together. And for the industry, that's another conversation because maybe they have to get certain images for. Y'all know 50 Cent lost a lot of weight for one movie. When that one movie where he played the football player that was real sick and had cancer. I think it was a true story. So in real life, he lost weight for that role. It's a lot of them that have done that. Once again, that's not cosmetic surgery, but I still say it's topic worthy along these lines because that's kind of putting your health on the line too. Being willing to modify your body in any kind of way just for a job role. That's crazy. But if you talk to entertainers, they could tell you about it. Even ballerinas, like real ballerinas, how they toes look after practice and stuff. Man, shout out to all the ballerinas of the world too, for sure. Cause like I saw with y'all ankles, everything, how the feet look after they untighten those shoes, and they got to put them in ice. Y'all thought the football players were the ones that endure the most pain with their sport. Y'all better go check out the feet, how ballerina feet look after practice. I mean, boxing, kickboxing, all that too, karate. No, ballerinas, it shocked me. I'm like, y'all not even a contact sport. And they feet, they don't even, they train harder than cheerleaders, I believe. Because cheerleaders' toes, I've seen some of them too with like tape on their toes and stuff. Like, y'all not going as hard as the ballerinas though. No dancers. I'm serious. I respect them in a whole new way. I will probably sit today and actually pay money to go to a ballerina show now. As where before, I probably would have found something like that very boring. Just boring. Maybe entertainment for that moment. It's just not something I would pick. Like, oh, ballerina shows coming to town, or even if one of my daughters get off into it, I'ma respect them. I already do, cause I'ma tell my daughter at the beginning, you know what ballerinas go through? Now I don't know if all their toes have to get messed up like that, but that's some serious stuff. Y'all see how their shoes are made? See, we understand plastic surgery for stuff like that. Maybe you broke your toe. You don't even need plastic surgery for that. That's what I'm saying. Most things can be fixed or healed or at least managed with products or medicine or some type of therapy. Period. Even facial, people get makeovers every day with just makeup. With just straight makeup. And I swear, they look like a whole nother person. This one lady channel, that's all she do. I watch her a lot. She does it on purpose. She look like a monster. She just mess up her hair and just make herself look really bad. And then she fix herself up. She be looking like not just a different person, like a whole millionaire status lady with makeup products any one of us can afford and go buy. So y'all probably like, we been knew that with the makeup. See, I saw another story. A man divorced his wife was it right after the, I think he did. Y'all can go look it up. and tell me, because I'm probably getting it a little off. He either divorced her after the honeymoon, or he divorced her a little down the line. And then he sued her because he said he felt like he was catfish. Yeah, he said that how she looked on all the dates at the wedding is not how she looked when she took her makeup off after the honeymoon. And he literally sued her for that, and he divorced her. And it's just like, I know people probably like, aha, to that lady. It's not, it's funny, but I wouldn't laugh at the lady. I would laugh at, like, look at what he was making an example out of her. But it's been like that out here. Like, he was, showing people will still cut you off for being something that you said you weren't. And not just, hold on, y'all. Okay, let's see who that was. Oh, yeah, but he was making an example out of the lady. That's all that was. Um, like, people, what I left off saying, they'll cut you off for you not being something they thought you were. What I will do, here you go. I'm gonna call that one back in a minute. Just remind me, please. Not the one before it, but the one the last one. I'm gonna call them back later. But you know what? I'm glad he did that, because some people won't take it that far. They get catfish and move on with their life. Because what I want to know is why people ain't. I brought this story up for a reason. If that man had sense enough to divorce her, imagine you just paid all that money for the wedding, the dresses, everything, and he divorced her and sue her. BBLs ain't looked at as catfish. You see what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't get it. But do know it's so much the new culture that, it's not, it's just crazy how it's coming out. From the medical side to the people who didn't know their bodies, they go in there and get it. Now, there wasn't saying that they stink. It's I guess, still a part of the healing process, but they say that part only happened if something, it's like something could get clogged up with the tissues or something, and it's just crazy. Me, if I had that, I would just stay at the doctor. Because nobody wants to walk around smelling like that just because they got a BBL. Or tell people, they probably do. In those contracts, they tell them that there's a possibility that some people have that. Because once again, not only women get BBLs. We talked about that. Um, I think what they say is too much fat collides with the tissue. It make like this spot, because I saw it. It's like a tissue spot. And I guess those are the points where it actually leaks and different things that they go through. Now, this is just my test. God, like, it's up to you now if you still go get a Brazilian butt lift Tetasheri. But, because people say that in a minute, I'm grown, I can do it, it's my body. As if, I don't know, God won't test you on what you said. And let you do, yeah, it's your body, go ahead. So, I'm actually happy to see that Trump did that. He might be taking more measures when it comes to allowing that for minors, okay? In this country. You probably still will have your states that it's legal the way that things are going. But I don't see any reason, you know what I'm saying, for a minor to go in there either and get a wholesale. Because like I said, 20, 30, 40, you could regret doing something like that. What do y'all think that feels like? Like you get 22, you like had this surgery at 16. You like, you know what? I should have stayed a woman. I wanted to actually see what it's like to have a baby or something like that. That's what I'm saying. And that gets too deep. That's like, why? That's why you don't do it on them. Just because they have the money. Just because an older person came in there with them and said they'll sign the papers. Like, you're not the one that have to feel that, though. If they get older and decide, no, they gonna ask you, actually, why did you let me do that? Not everybody. I'm just trying to spread the awareness that there are people who have already experienced this. They went ahead and got the change, and then maybe not even longer after. They just were older, like in their 20s. They a little older, and they like wish they didn't get the surgery. So I agree with Trump with that. Like, yeah, stop that. Stop that right now. Don't let them have another minor come in. And then people need to be prosecuted if they're caught doing it. Because it's just, why? You're not the one, like I said, have to feel the emotions for them if they regret that later. Period. Now, as far as the other part, people just straight disowning, I don't believe in it. Like disowning a people or not liking them over their preferences. That's not right. That's what I'm saying is another thing actually leads more of the culture to want to go get more changes to themselves. It's like they just constantly chase you don't, that cycle is real is what I'm saying. You don't want too many people in that cycle of I'm chasing self-acceptance. That's why it looks so strange to people, probably to see somebody chase self-awareness. Only a person intimidated or who do not understand self-awareness would even be chasing self-acceptance. Because self-acceptance is one thing, self-awareness is another, but chasing the acceptance of others, that's a whole nother dangerous point. People try to say the surgeries and stuff have nothing to do with that, but why? You want us to believe all the BBLs in the past 10 years was strictly because they wanted it. I don't believe it. Like the person who went in there. Not the minors, the grown people. Minors, if I find a story in my research, I knew the one I told y'all is real. And I think this kid was either on Dr. Phil, one of these shows, because he had went in and had that done and regretted it later. Not a BBL, but some other surgery, cosmetic surgery. I guess cosmetic surgeries, though, at the end of the day, that topic is just, there's nothing people can do about it, but because people are always going to want that if they want that. Period. But we can accept people more for the way they are. People just be screaming at them. You were beautiful the way you were before you got the nose or before this and that. And they put it in the comments. But like, did y'all show them that? I don't know why. Society still act like, I don't know, like just the village love is still not a thing though. Show people they, because when I do that, it's just like, oh, that person just hang out with anybody. No, it is two perceptions to everything, I'm telling you. Either either a person, it could be looked at like that person just talk to anybody or have a conversation, that person weird, they talk to weird people, or they just accept people the way they are. They are actually not just talking about this on their live today, they actually practice that. And it's hard probably for a lot of people to do that. Like, oh, just accept you how you are and you a stranger. Yeah, it's deeper than a physical look. That's what I'm telling us is wrong with society. Accept people for how they are more. Believe them the first time. They have been saying that quote, but it needs to leak over into, you say you're teaching people self-awareness, self-image. Okay, well, it's okay to talk about that over there. How many people are not okay with that yet? Because if they were, they wouldn't. Even if they're industry leaders, I don't care. Why people got to have a certain look? It's always been that way though. What do we think modeling is? So boom, you got the models, you got the trends, period. There's nothing the models can say. A lot of our icons, idols, leaders have gotten BBLs. It's real. Like, did that mean that everybody else? I mean, that's just how it go. Kim Kardashian got hers and it took off. I'm not saying she started the. I remember a lot of women went and got them after her. Probably all kind of people. Then when the LGBTQ thing got more promoted and everything, I'm sure there was an upscale in BBL cosmetic surgeries as well. Now, y'all just remember, I said that too. When it comes to my reaction, just encouraging the people to remember that people are made naturally. Y'all couldn't even accept the shapes of people naturally. We got a long way to go, but it's not impossible. If you see somebody smaller than what you're used to seeing, you automatically already think something wrong with them. If you see somebody bigger, they're wrong. Okay, y'all do know it's bigger whole football players, like bigger sumo wrestlers in better shape than you and I type stuff. Like big bodybuilding lifting, they might weigh 400 pounds, but it's not fat. That don't mean they more in shape. They actually say the more steroids and I don't know, something about you can work out too much with the steroids. That's not. It's a separate topic, but it's still health related when it comes to our bodies and what we're willing to do for image and how we want to look. What we see is perfect versus loving you the way you are before you even get to judge that. Ask yourself, why were I born with these type of legs? Why are my eyes like this? We know it's hereditary, but like being okay with who you are so you can be okay with everybody else is. Now, I'm not saying okay like that, but I'm saying like you just, I don't know, you already on that level. Like, okay, I see, I can, it's more than just seeing who they are. Like you already at humble enough to, okay, I accept who you are. I wouldn't say that's enabling any type of behavior or how people are. They're already like that. I'm saying being able to accept people like that. We keep saying people need it. That's backwards. People not self-aware. They don't have self-love. Okay, what's all around them? What is society putting in the air? You want them to say, yeah, that's something you should already be born doing. So you mean to tell me a baby just come out self-aware though? Like no mirror, nobody teaching you nothing. No, that's not true. So that don't stop in a person's life. The self-awareness or chasing what is that I said, the image of other people and trying to keep up with that. It's just crazy. Like once you're 100%, there's no snapping out of it. When it's like looking in the mirror that one time, now you know what you look like. Or did you look? Because that is what you were born as. That is who you are. I don't care how far you run from it. Or now it's like, oh, it's personalities. Well, I'm Jenny on this day and Becky on that day and Eric just because we can. Any actor, like I said, that's what actors do. They go put on costumes. Y'all ain't seen Big Mama House with Martin Lawrence? Shout out to the Lawrence family on this hump day from the You Will Make It TV channel. We love you. Big Mama showed her. Anybody can put on what and be that in that moment. What people really want to see is who we are. And they feel like times have evolved to where they don't let you see no more. They're just going to tell you who they are. Like, if you already accept a person for who they are, you saying you like that with people. It's not that you just hang out with anybody, talk with anybody. You already know before you entertain the next body in any way, shape, or form that people are like, they can point out how you are all day long. They're them. Do I accept it? Do I don't? Or how am I showing them that they're accepted, even if it's just by one measly soul they cross? Now that's just supposed to be the opening doorway of, okay, now I swear, because it got to hold more power than people say. Just knowing who you are. Anyways, how we get to be from BBL to that? Knowing your body before you even go get that placed in you like that. For real. Because I want to remind people butt pads exist, breast pads exist. They got tummy tuck. What are those? Uh, Tummy wraps. I guess people said we're tired of it. We're just gonna go straight to, so just cut the fat out. This is how convenient. Convenience is cool, but let's just leave it with the technology and the computers, and then we don't need everything fast and done like that. That natural processes can happen with our bodies. Our bodies show us that every day. You can go work out and have a butt, and then why you need a gigantic one? You already showing what you want, where you feel like you need that, right there. Right there. No, you don't need it right there. You need it in your heart. I'm talking to me too. If I ever thought about going, if you want to add love to yourself in that way, boom, you work it out. You'll find out that the body, we can, in our natural states, form differently. What you mean? Like, you can work out and have a whole body. People show us this every day with no surgery. Even the doctor gonna tell you that. I don't know. They might not tell them because they like, we can get the BBL money. They probably have to tell them, what can be side effects, what to expect. But, and it's crazy. We can do a million podcasts about it a day. People, if they, until that's actually put forth, like, I know my body well enough to go. Because I feel like if people did, you don't hear stories coming back, like, oh, their BBL stunk and stupid stuff. Like, you're not gonna hear that. That person knew their body, so they either didn't go get it or they got it, and you're not hearing anything. It went successful because they knew their body well enough to go get it. Other than that, it's just like, nah, y'all chill. Don't be talking about that's mean, or because really they can't control it. We know the actions they took to get to the level, like, okay, BBL might stink or something, but we have to stay educated about it though. Like, you can't really knock or shame that person. Hell, they can't control it until something is done about it. I don't know what the doctors do at that point. I'm sure there's a way they manage it, but like I said, if it was me, I would just stay at the doctor though. Y'all gonna do something because you you help me if you help me get this BBL, I'm staying here at this doctor till we fix it. That's how I would be in that position. And I have money too. I'm not finna be out here in society just walking. But mate, that's the thing about it. I think they say sometimes they don't smell it like other people do. That's what's weird about it. I can't speak on it like that just yet. Cause like, can I just say, oh yeah, I smell it. It stink. Like, no. But you're hearing the viral TikToks about it. Even like some of the celebrities going through this. I'm not in a mood to sit here and name every celebrity, because you don't have to be a celebrity to get a BBL. I'm talking about how they can probably have it managed better because they are on that money level. And making ourselves aware. No, when you go get a Brazilian butt lift, it ain't just get off the table, go heal, move on with my life. As we're being educated about this, you might be in the doctor back and forth a few times. Like, what? That's what I'm seeing. You need to go ahead and accept that and know that before you choose to continue on with that procedure. It ain't just, okay, I got my butt lift, I'm running to the beach. I'm sure you have to manage it. I heard they can't even move that fat, maybe like 6 weeks. That's just the BBL though. Starting with that. Other cosmetic surgeries, just imagine. They get eye lifts, cheek lifts, lip fillers, inject lipo injections, LASIK surgeries. Now that one I've thought about for my eyes. That's why I said researching a good doctor too. Take your time. That's like serious. I know we're talking about BBLs, but I bet that LASIK surgery for your eyes is pretty serious. But guess what, guys? You just got to be educated, though. I heard they can do something like that in like 20 minutes. I guess it depends on the patient. They can actually do that LASIK eye surgery and corrective lenses in a short period of time. Those have to heal too, though, because now it's like I just be wondering at the beginning, is it worth the healing process? Is after the healing process this even for sure to work? Asking us those questions before we even go that far. Because just like before the BBL, there's other ways you could already be working on your body. It's the same thing with your eyes. Like, they already had glasses, contacts, different options. You didn't have to get the LASIK surgery. But I have heard great things about it. People that get the corrective LASIK eye surgery, they say I've just met people. They said it went well for them. So I don't know if I ever go that far, but if I'm gonna do something, it will be soon. Cause you know, living with an eye, it can be a whole setback sometimes. Not to say woe is me, but it's like you naturally can't see that well. Um, So now those type of surgeries, like I said, I just feel like they're more understandable if we were to go that far. Because some people, they don't just get the lazy corrective lenses, they actually get the whole eye color changed. Yep. Like movies, they might just wear the contact lenses for the role and they look very real. But no, some people actually they got people doing that. Y'all gotta watch TV more. They go get their whole eyes tattooed. They're doing it all today. One guy got his whole eye tattooed black. Well, with some type of ink that makes it look black. I don't know how they pull it off. They pull it off. I don't think I've heard nothing here. Another girl, she did something, but I think hers was purple. And they end up having to try to take that out. I mean, I've just seen, okay, you gotta be careful with those, just surgeries that you just, here you go, doing it just because, like, I don't even need this for my health. Like, you gotta be careful, bro. People get all type of argumentations. Like, some people prefer their tongues to be split. They go get it surgically done like that. Probably at the piercing places. I don't know who would be. No, they would have to go to a doctor for that. I don't know how they, but some kind of way they do it. Then you have tattoos. They just don't call that more like surgery. It's still adding some type of art to your body. It's just adding something from an outside influence. You really didn't have to do that. That's why I'm one of the very few untatted, fully covered tatted body women out here. That's a whole thing. Like, everybody blood systems different things going on. I used to donate plasma. That's been many years ago. Some people donate blood. It is what it is. But even with that, it's just probably something I'll never do. I'll never do again. Like, some things we don't even have. Donating blood and that's a very good charitable thing to do. But we gotta be careful out here, boy. And how we are doing it. And making sure we're working with people that know what they're doing. Period. Shout out to the chat out there today. I'm finna cut it off right here at 1 hour and 30 minutes. I ain't at 30 minutes yet, but I'm gonna use this last one to round up this live segment. I'll be back with another inspirational topic soon. We're still coming back with inspirational stories from around the globe, and you don't want to miss it. A lot of stuff I can't say right now, but remember I told y'all at the beginning of this stream, make sure you're subscribing and hitting that like button. We are going to show our appreciation back actually for the support lately through raffles, merch. We want you to know where you can find these things on my new website, where you can book a consultation. We're going to be talking a little bit more about what we plan on doing with You Will Make It TV moving forward. I'm your host, Arthur Tetasheri Whitney. We appreciate your support. And until next time. I could have went on with it.